In this lesson, we're going to learn a new way to factor, which is the sum of cubes and difference of cubes. This is one you have not done before. I have these formulas listed here, which look really confusing when you just stare at them. But just so you know, in my classroom, these formulas are to the right of my smartboard. They're up on the wall on those posters that I have up for everything. And they stay up all the time. I don't cover them up like some of the posters during tests. I will never make you memorize this formula, so you can have it to use on any test that you take. So to apply it, what we're doing is cubed roots and sum of cubes. So this right here, if I have a problem that is a cubed plus b cubed, there's a plus sign there, so that's why it's the sum of cubes. If it has a minus sign, that's the difference. So let's actually, it looks confusing when you use all the variables, so let's actually look at a problem and see what they're giving us. So in number 1, they give us x cubed plus 343. It's a plus sign, so I will use the sum of cubes formula. The first thing you do is you need to find a and b, so you can plug them into the formula. A is the cubed root of this first term. So the cubed root of x cubed is actually x, because x times x times x makes x cubed. So that's your a value that you're going to plug in right here. In all those spots for a, you'll plug in an x. Your b value is the cubed root of 343. If you don't know how to do that in your calculator, you go here to math, and you're going to go push the math button, and then you take the cubed root, so it's number 4, and then you plug in 343, close your parenthesis, and hit equals. And you get 7. To find, just so you know, to find any root, like the 4th root or 5th root, you would punch in. So another way I could do this is I could do 3, saying I want to find the cubed root, and then I go math number 5. And then I punch in 343, and I'll still get 7. Oh, or it'll yell at me and say that oops, I didn't need that, sorry. There we go. And I'll still get 7. There we go. So that'll work if you're looking for 4th roots or 5th roots. If you're just doing cubed, though, doing the math number 4, where it has a cubed root, always works. So that's how you can do it on your calculator. So now I know my b value is 7, because 7 times 7 times 7 makes 343. Now it's just plugging it into the formula. That's all you do. So you're going to say, my formula says a plus b. So I'm going to write x plus 7. Then my formula says a squared. Well, x is a, so x squared, minus a times b, so x times 7 would be 7x, plus b squared. B is 7. 7 squared is 49. It is what I call plug and chug. You don't have to do anything except substitute in there. So once you find a and b, I think it's a pretty simple problem. We'll do more with this when we're solving, but for now we're just factoring, so that's as far as you have to go. Number 2 then, just like in our other factoring, I should have done this in the first one, I don't think I did, we should ask ourselves if there's a greatest common factor. And in this problem, you want to look and say, sometimes there's a greatest common factor and then it doesn't make them perfect cubes, so you might not want to take it out. This problem doesn't have a greatest common factor, so I'm fine. So on my calculator, I'm going to try and find the cubed root of 8 and the cubed root of 27. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You might know this, but if you don't, I'd go math 3, 8. Oops, wrong button. Math. How about 4? Math 4, 8. And I get the number 2, and I go math for 27. So the cubed root of 27 is 3. And you will get used to using cubed roots if you don't have these memorized. So I just found that the cubed root of 8 is 2. So I would use 2x because I also have the x cubed there. The cubed root of 27 is 3. Now you'll notice I have a difference of cubes in this problem. This is a minus sign. Don't worry about trying to make this 3 negative. This negative is taken care of in the formula, so you will just plug in a 3. So when it says a minus b, I will write 2x minus 3. Then it says a squared. Here's where a lot of students get confused, because when they take 2x squared, they actually write 2x squared. But you have to remember you're squaring the quantity. So my 2x times 2x is 4x squared. And that's what should go right here. That's the biggest mistake students make on these problems. Then it says plus a times b, so 2x times 3 would be 6x. And then plus b squared. 3 squared is 9. That's it. There's my answer for factoring. Number 3, I'm going to have you guys try on your own and then pause the video and come back and check on it. So hopefully when you did 3, you found that the cubed root of 125 is 5 and the cubed root of 64 is 4. So when I plug that into the formula, I would have 5x plus 4. And then when you did a squared, you would get 25x squared minus a times b, so 20x, and then plus 4 squared, which is 16. Hopefully that problem was okay for you to do on your own. The last one we're going to do then is number 4. Number 4 is one, there's one like this you'll see on Excel math, so I want to make sure we covered it. Number 4 has a greatest common factor. And so I need to take that out. My number, I can divide both of these by 5, and I can take an x out. So I'm going to say 5x and then a parenthesis. And I would have y cubed minus 8. So from here, I'm going to then find my a value and my b value. My a would be the cubed root of y cubed, so y. And my b is the cubed root of 8. So hopefully you remember that that's 2. Then I plug it in the formula with keeping this 5x on the outside. So I would say a minus b, y minus 2, and then a squared, y squared, plus a times b, so 2y, plus b squared. B is 2, so that'd be 2 squared, which is 4. And you'll keep that 5x on the outside. So there's an answer for one like that, where you have a GCF. Hopefully that makes sense to you. If not, you can let me know tomorrow and ask me any questions.